Welcome back to the 4th dimension, Gman. I am your host, Ledeas. Taking a look at Season 7 Division 4D after the 5th week. We are now on day 5, whatever. We call them weeks. Computer catch up. We see that Firestar and Servants of the Dam are leading the division. Both of them undefeated, no draws. The Gyren Raiders and the Virlin Heinz both have 4 wins and 1 loss. So Nurgle and Wood Elves bringing it back. Norse, the Sandlandia Raiders are in 5th. 1 loss, 1 draw. The Kislev Circus. Oh no, that's the race. Ha! Kings of the Circus. Mr. Shady, 2-1-2. Pimplefort Lions, 2-1-2 as well, with his Elven Union. The Orcs of Orkwood Silence, 2-3. Men in Dresses High Elves, 2-3. The Upper Class Uppercuts, 1-1-3. Definitely Not a Zoo, 1-1-3. The Skaven are 1-4. K-pop Visuals, that's a new team, I believe, and I think they've inherited someone else's. We're going to take a look here. And the Pink Power Puffda, 0-0-5 on the losses. No Hugh had drawn someone else's losses, so let's take a look. 2-1, the Mumble Rats over the Kings of Circus. Firestars, we knew they were undefeated. Men in Dresses lost to the Virlin Heinz. Orkwood Silence lost to Not a Zoo. I'm going to check this to make sure that whether it was played or not. It was played. It appears. Yes, there are dice rolls. There are SPPs. So I believe K-pop Visuals, this is their first game into the division. Of course, I could be wrong. And 2 deaths. So that's not fun. 2 touchdowns, 1 expulsion. That was some fouling. Passes, and do enjoy those. Let's take a look here. 40 blocks succeeded with 3 KOs, 1 inflicted injury, and 1 death inflicted. The Wood Elves did not go quietly. They had 24 blocks with 3 KOs and 2 injuries there itself. With the 3 sustained casualties and 2 deaths, only 1 injury inflicted and 1 death. I'm going to assume that there was some either surfs or failed dodges, GFIs, things of that nature, so perhaps the Norse were not all to blame. So Servants of the Damned got their victory over the Gyren Raiders, and the Lions, I believe High Elves, if I remember correctly. No, Elven Union defeated Undead. They're Undead or Necro. Not sure. We'll look in a minute. SPPs went pretty well. Pass and an interception. Sweet. The unicorn of 2 SPP. Let's take a look at the teams. We'll start here with Lady Killjoy and the pink-clad Wood Elves. Just a few losses here. Gonna end up using some loners. Hope they didn't eat up some of the SPP. I see you've got 5 on Jejon, that's a guess, and 5 here on Yonghua. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying hearing me fumble over these words as much as I am trying to stumble through these words. A couple of vanity passes, you're going to get your first levels. First level on the War Dancer, first level on a Lion Elf. Those are gifts. Yep, you inherited someone else's losses. No, we already looked at that statement. Let's back out of that. The deaths off the bat is aggravating. Good call on grabbing your apothecary. Hopefully, oh, maybe that's what happened. Maybe you had a death and no, you have 2 missing players. If you feel like letting me know in the comments, I'd be happy to hear. Powerpuffda team is doing okay. Not any level ups yet, but also no loss of werewolves, flesh golems, or wights. Also no ghouls on the team, had there been, where they're not. Let's take a look real quick at the statistics. No deaths sustained, so if there was a ghoul, he would have got injured and fired, but it doesn't look like it. Here we are. The Hinds, another Wood Elf team, this one with a tree. However, still missing a handful of people. The War Dancer with Tackle and Frenzy, and then another one with Strip Ball. Catcher would block to protect his life. A wrestling lineman, blocking lineman, kicking lineman. So got enough money to purchase a elf if you wanted to, and of course I guess if a loner does something worthy, like earning 6-7 star player points, maybe that might be worth buying, but something tells me you are working your way to a thrower. The uppercut. We are considerably better looking than you. I'm sure I laughed at that the last time too. The thrower has movement. I know a lot of people might be a little surprised by that, but that's pretty awesome. You technically can move 9 squares and throw 13. That is 22 of the 26 squares on the game. Not bad at all. Me personally, Apothecary, man, you need to get one soon. Elves are too expensive to let die over stupid stuff. Kings of the Circus. The bear's taking a nap. Blitzer with agility up. And Blitzer with mighty blow. 2 catchers, 1 a vanity pass away to his friend for leveling. Lineman coming along well with 3 blocks and 1 wrestle. Seems to be doing quite well, Mr. Shady. Just looking at the Powerpuffda real fast. We hit you with our pink handbags. Nice. He had made a comment. I just wanted to check that. Team motto. Wow, my brain. Green is mean. Dodging thrower. Not bad. Not bad at all. The 2 more SPP. I bet that's going to be a block and a very secure runner. The Blitzer with tackle and mighty blow, and a black orc with guard. This is an orc team coming along healthy and wealthy, apothecary and wise. The Knights, not registered in the league. Never mind. The Servants of the Damned. I love that colored blue on them. The World of Warcraft servants are doing still quite well. A ghoul with guard. I personally would never do that. Ghouls get hit way too much, in my opinion. But the other side of the coin is, what do you do with it? So, good luck with that. You seem to be doing well. Statistics 5-0, so what do I know? The Lions. Would they make you roar? The thrower with the agility up. A beautiful, wonderful gift. A lineman with block. Everything. Well, no, both the blitzers have their dodge. I'm so used to elves having dodge that I forget that there are some that don't get that. So them, that's very dangerous players there. 2 catchers. Team's coming along well. Just out of curiosity. 1 death sustained out of 5 games. Not too bad. Even inflicted a kill, I saw. Nurgle! They like to hug. We are huggers. I like that. So, Joey Bag of Diseases here is out with a miss next game. Probably not a real big loss. A loner rotter can babysit the Beast of Nurgle as well as anybody else. Nurgle Warrior with block, 1 with Mighty Blow and block, and the beginning of a Pestigore Killer. Block and claw. Still like the guard, even if it is on a rotter. Of course, if you're going to get doubles, there's really not a lot he's going to benefit from anyways. The underworld. Welcome to our not zoo free entry for children. Unfortunately, the Skaven will eat them. Don't do it. It's a trap. Mighty Blow Skaven. Blitzer one way. One Blitzer 1 point away from leveling. The dog's got a block. I wonder what you're going to do with the ant. Are you going to make him more of a carrier and him more of a thrower? Goblins are looking okay. We have got some Roman numeral 2s on this team already. That looks like a sign of some deaths, but I see no deaths, so I guess they're going to be stat busts. Men in dresses. I had skipped the last team who didn't level up, so I'm going to go back to it in a minute. It's got a lineman here who hasn't leveled up. Got a catcher, 2 blitzers, so a high elf team that is secure enough with 11 players to go ahead and start buying catchers has got to be doing well, or at least rolling very well on your winnings, so congratulations on that. I would advise, if I may, either block or dodge on him as quickly as possible. Guard is fun, but by itself, not a lot of help. The Norse with their Santa suits. Missing one. Got a Berserker leveling up. Tackling on the lineman, that's fun. Elf Warner seems to be doing okay. I must have got an MVP. A hard time believing he yeah. I have a hard time believing he would have had a catch or anything for the touchdown. Crowd surfs inflicted 1. He seems to be slacking. Let's go take a look at one of the undefeated teams, Fire Stars. I may be saying that wrong. Chaos Warrior still all with block, but we do have one missing next game. Yes. It's going to cause a little bit of a weakness, not much. It still has 12 players, 60k in the bank. Sure hands Beastman. I like him. They're your friend. Oh, for a second there, before the computer fully loaded the team, I thought that Skaven team had been messed up, but it is not. Baby One Turner still in good health. Storm Vermin with strength up. I don't think there's too much difference from the last time I looked at this team. Coming along quite well. Statistics just out of the fun. 1 win and 4 losses. So 2 deaths, that does hurt. Since he beat Kislev, and he just recently got the let's see if the One Turner's the one who did it. So Milo at least one of the touchdowns was his. So not bad at all. Let's take a look at the week coming up. Kings of Circus, the Kislev team, going up against the Undead Power Pinks. Mumble Rats, so going up against the Upper Class Uppercuts. So some Elf versus Skaven action. Virlin Hoons. Virlin Hines. Good lord. I'll get it right maybe week 12. Where did you go? Wood Elves. Wood Elves versus Fire Stars Chaos. That might be a hard one for the Chaos. That might be his first loss. I'm not calling it that way, but I do know that Wood Elves are quite capable of just getting away from you when every one of them is 7 and your best is 6 in movement. Let's take a look. The Orcs against Men in Dresses, so a classic grudge match of Orcs versus High Elves. I think Men in Dresses were High Elves. I'm sure I messed that up. Nope, I was right. Definitely not a zoo. K-pop visual, so the new fresh team against an Underworld team. The Underworld team is not going to be a pushover. However, you do have the chance at getting some random injuries on those little goblins and whatnot should you knock them down. Good luck with that, and welcome to the G-Man. And I just went back too far. That's the fourth dimension. Time, my friends, time. The Norse up against the Servants of the Damned. The Servants of the Damned, the other undefeated team. Norse doing pretty good, though. I mean, they're 3-1-1. They're not doing bad at all. That one might be one to be looking out for. And then the Raiders against the Lions. It's almost like an NFL team thing. The Lions, I believe, were the Union, Elf Union. There they are. And the Raiders. Terrible at remembering where these things are. There they are. Nurgle. So Nurgle against Elven Union. Ooh, as much as I like elves, I think the Union's got a little bit of an edge here. 3 blocking pieces against, if I remember correctly, 2. I don't think the Elven Union had too many block, but I could be horribly mistaken with that team value. I am a little bit mistaken, so they're even on block. I don't know, maybe the movement of 8877 is going to be able to outpace the Nurgles and stay away from them. Nurgle's going to be down 1 Rodder, that's not a big deal. Oh, that's that Loner Rodder we talked about. So there you are, G-Man, Division 4D. I hope you are enjoying your time, and if you have any comments, any responses, or any questions, if there's something you'd like to see me cover, in fact, let's do something. Let's take a look at the Hall of Fame, just for the fun of it. Now, some of the teams are not going to be too well shown here due to being fresh. Oops. But let's take a look. That is not your division. Let's see if we can't get it to kind of... Sometimes when you look at the Hall of Fame, the programs get lost amongst all the teams and the names. It's not right. 4D, Season 7. These are not the teams in that division. Well, maybe we'll just cut that out. Alright, let's try something a little different. Let's take a look at the Hall of Fame. About a third, maybe even close to half of the way through. So let's see how you're doing. We're going to look at the top 3 just for the pictures. The most experienced so far is on the Gman Raiders, with the Virlun Heinz coming up next with the most likely a dancer there. The most violent is a mummy on the Servants of the Damned, Stitches, with the Beast of Nurgle coming up second. Not bad. And I messed that up a little bit. Give me a second. We won't click the cards anymore. Most violent with a Mumble Rat's probably a Skaven. Doing well there. The best receivers, 2 Kislev, and the catcher on the Wood Elf team. So the Servants of the Damned leading in the deaths, followed by the Firestars Chaos, and the Lions are actually on the board. We're going to take a look at top 10 just to, or 20 just to see, and yes, and the Wolves. Pink Power Pufta got his interception there, so good on him. The biggest brutes, the Virlun Heinz, came in second. Servant Stitches still leading. It seems Stitches is doing quite well in almost all the bashing categories. Mr. Pulp here for the Lions coming in third. Best thrower, Men in Dresses. And then 2 elves from the upper class, Uppercuts, splitting the passing duty, taking the glory. Best rushers, yes, Norse Runner, no doubt. With Servants of the Damned, Ghoul here in third, and we have a surprise, kind of. Unless that's that Sure Hands Chaos Warrior, then that makes perfect sense. Upper class Uppercuts, well, they may be 2 of them being the best throwers, but the best passer would be Alderin, with the Lions in second and the Circus Kislev's third. For those who are wondering what's the difference, this is the number of passes that player has thrown, where this is the number of meters they have. The best scorers, boom, 6 touchdowns on 1 character. So you got a little bit of catching up to do. 4th dimension, the Chaos are running away with it, with the Wood Elves and the Norse, the Heinz and the Raiders coming up behind him. Most matches played should be pretty normal. This is the person, I think, who spends the most time stunned, but I'm not sure. Might be how many times have you been blocked at all. But I'm going to go with 4, being you've probably been stunned this many times. And the Mumble Rats are leading that. Not necessarily the most prestigious thing, but stunned characters aren't characters leaving the field, so you can take that. The Heinz here came in second, and actually the Servant of the Damned, oh, I clicked the card, I should have done that. He has been stunned quite a many times for a white. Should be throwing them blocks, not catching them blocks. And there it messed it up. Oh man. Well, that was actually the last one. Okay. So there you are, your Hall of Fame, just the top 3. I would encourage you to take a look at the Hall of Fame yourself, find out where your teams are. It can be a lot of fun. Let you know how you kind of stack up amongst your opponents. And with that, folks, we'll see you on the next one.